Hi friends, today you're going to make your blue willow plate. So what I did first was I drew all of my pieces on a white piece of paper first. That way, if I made a mistake, I could redraw it. And I didn't have to worry about ruining my paper plate should I have only one paper plate. So I drew all my pieces, and I'm not going to bore you with watching me draw every single piece. So here I am. I drew everything. And then I'm going to finish drawing all of my pieces like I showed you and like you practiced. And then I'm going to cut them out. And I have my pagoda, which is just a fancy, fancy house. And believe it or not, this is actually sped up drawing. It looks like it's taking me a long time, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Okay, then I put my marker away and I cut out all of my pieces. So that way I could arrange them the way I want on my plate. And I cut them out very carefully, turning my paper and not my scissors. Once I have all of my pieces cut out, I can arrange them the way I want to on my plate. And I want to trim around the edges so that they look nice. And these I think are the last ones that I cut out. And then I arrange them on the plate the way I want them to be so I could tell the story of the prince and the princess who fell in love and turned into birds. And then I glue them all down in the order that I like. What's nice about this is then I can add all the details I want onto the paper plate after I've glued them down. I almost glued that on upside down. Then once I have all my pieces glued on, you're going to notice I glue the trees overlapping, and that's okay because I'm going to make them look like they're not overlapping. See, I'm going to make them look like they're not overlapping. And then I can add all the little pieces. I'm going to finish up the water. Then I'm going to start adding edges around my plate to make it look fancy. Now this took me quite a long time, so you have to be very patient to do this. But I want my plate to look really, really fancy. So I added edges around it, and then you're going to see I cut the video and I add more stuff around it. I add flowers on my plate. And I add other kinds of designs around my plate. I added a line around my plate. And a wiggly line around my plate. I tried to think of everything I could to make it as fancy as I possibly could. Because remember, this is somebody's fancy, fancy blue willow china. And I added flowers. And some more flowers. just as many patterns as I could possibly think of to make my plate look good. And then voila, there I have my beautiful blue willow plate. Go ahead and make yours.